Welcome back, everyone, to Point Blank. I'm your host, reformed bad boy Dryden Joss, here with another episode. Today, we're going to be discussing why anime is inherently based. We're going to talk about something that it just needs to be said, something that is a pet peeve of mine, and then we're also going to talk about my diet. Let's get into it. Before I do get into it, though, of course, there's always something. Man, it's been a long day, guys. It's been a very long day. It is so difficult to be this handsome. It's tough. It's a strain. It puts a strain on my body. I have to go home and take a hot shower just because I've been handsome all day. It's very tough. I do hope that I just bring a smile to your face this morning. I hope that this is the best part of your morning here today. If not, I'm going to go home and just cry severely by myself. So please hit that like and subscribe. If you're listening on any sort of audio platform, please leave a review, and I will read them. But today I want to get into the main topic. Anime is inherently based. You're probably thinking, Dryden, how is a cartoon animation style based? Well, I don't have I have a well thought out defense, but I don't have tons of research on this. This is more of just an opinion. But what I like about anime is how there are still traditional values and beliefs in anime, most animes. I like how there are traditional gender roles. And it's enjoyable. It's fun. It's beautiful as well. Here in America, the first 3D animated Disney princess movie, I think, was Tangled. Before that, we had beautiful movies that were drawn out. They were animated either by hand or with computers. That's okay as long as it looks hand-drawn. I'm thinking of Atlantis, Treasure Island, Prince of Egypt. Oh my goodness. DreamWorks. Killing it. And then we pioneered this 3D technology, and everything just became so bland. But what I like about anime is that even though they use computer graphics, it still looks hand-drawn. There's a lot of care in it. If you just watch any sort of Studio Ghibli film, it is beautiful to look at. It's pleasing to look at. And like I said, not only do they have beauty to look at, they bring in traditional values, traditional gender roles. We can just look right now at the top animes of the year. And keep in mind, I know I'm just putting a big old blanket over the entire topic by saying that anime is inherently based. I'm not saying all anime is inherently based. I'm just saying anime, as of right now, before Japan goes full on Western culture woke, as of right now, it is where I turn to for entertainment. So let's talk about the shows that are a big deal this year, it being 2022. Right now, all the talk is on Rings of Power, She-Hulk. A couple months ago, it was Kenobi. We have Moon Knight. We have various other TV shows. And there's one TV show that I'm going to give grace to, and I'm going to talk about a little bit. But Rings of Power, She-Hulk, Kenobi, they all have forced diversity, and that kills me. Dryden, Kenobi, there's aliens. How can you say there's forced diversity if there's aliens? Because we don't need... Not every single TV show has to have the lesbian-looking black woman and the Asian guy and the cute white girl, and then there's, we still have main white guys. There still are white guys in Hollywood media, film, TV. We haven't been completely replaced. So that's Kenobi. Obviously, that's Rings of Power. Main character is a woman. Not that that's bad. But you have a woman who's acting like a man, and that isn't great. It's not very enjoyable. I want to see men act like men in the biblical sense. Be strong and courageous. Do not fear. The Lord is with you. Act like men. So many verses like that in the Bible. And people can play dumb and say, what do you mean act like men? What do men act like? Well, let's just think about that. Men are stronger than women. They're more logical than women. They're tougher. They can endure more pain and suffering. Why? Now, please don't hear that and think I'm saying men are better than women, but men are different than women. Why are men like that? Why are men so quick to be aggressive, passionate? Why? It's because God made men to be like that. That's what being a man means. To protect, to provide, to be strong. So to watch a woman act like that is not enjoyable to me. I don't like forced diversity. I don't like feminism. It's not fun. And that is why I have turned away from Western media and turned to anime. Because in Japan, they make shows that look good, have killer stories, and have traditional gender roles and traditions. So I said all the American shows. I just to recap, Rings of Power, She-Hulk, Kenobi. There is a show that is American that is getting trashed on right now. And I haven't watched it yet, so I can't speak to it. But because it's getting trashed on, and because the main actor is a Christian, I'm sure I would actually find it enjoyable. Now, if I had Amazon Prime, I don't. If I did, I would watch The Terminal List, and I would probably enjoy it. But I don't have Amazon Prime, so I can't watch The Terminal List. That's okay. So what do? I don't watch tons of TV, but when I do, I watch anime. Look at here's some of the big shows this year that are appropriate for general audiences. Now, just as a side note, obviously there's a lot of anime that can get kind of or very pornographic, but that is the same thing here. HBO, Euphoria, Game of Thrones. So I'm excluding that from this list of reasons why I like anime. Does that make sense? Can we just chill out a bit? As much anime porn as there's as much American Western culture real porn. Okay? Exclude those. Besides that, there's been a lot of good shows. A lot of good animes that came out this year. Demon Slayer. Great second season. I watched it. It was fantastic. Attack on Titan is getting absolutely crazy. It's some of the peak, it's some of the best peak fiction I've seen. Actually phenomenal storytelling. And my favorite one of the summer, now that summer is almost at a close here, is Spy Family. A comedic action show about a family. And they all have their quirks. And it's awesome. I miss that. Everyone has nostalgia for these 90s sitcoms, right? You think Brady Bunch, Cosby Show before he got weird. That sort of thing. People reminisce about that. People miss that. And we don't have that anymore here in the West, but Japan still has that a little bit in the show Spy Family, which I watched. It was awesome. And I could say very safely that that's a pretty good show for, I don't know, 13, 14 and up. That's pretty good. Something I like about watching shows in Japanese, and I've seen this a lot in anime, is that there's not a lot of cussing. Over here in the US, there's tons of cussing in all our shows. There's cussing all day long, even in some of the more mild shows. I watched a movie with some friends on Sunday night. We watched Game Night, which is a really good movie, but I can't watch that movie with my parents because there's so much cussing. Just relentless use of the F word for no reason. It didn't need to be in the story. Why? Why are we subjecting ourselves to this? Why are we putting this in movies and excluding a good story from maybe a younger audience? And look, I am not saying get rid of everything that's rated R. But I am saying something that doesn't have to be rated R should not be rated R. Can you guys accept that? Hopefully you can. So, all in all, what I'm saying is that Western entertainment media is so bland, boring, it lacks a story. And it's because they put the message first. They don't start with a good story. Instead, what they start with is getting their message across. They want to promote homosexuality, LGBTQ community, reverse gender roles, feminism. That's what they're pushing through movies and TV shows these days. And it's not enjoyable. And it's not enjoyable for the same exact reason why Christian movies are also terrible. Christian movies are bad. Not every single one of them, okay? But there is a stereotype that Christian movies are bad. Why? It's because they put the message first before the story. What the Western culture is doing now, what Hollywood is doing now, what the left is doing now with movies is the same thing as what Christians have done with their movies. They put the message first, and then you get crappy entertainment. Hopefully you guys think about that. I think that was a pretty deep thing that I thought of, so I'm quite proud of myself for thinking of that. But think about it. Do you like being preached at when you're trying to find entertainment? No, of course not. You want to be entertained. People crave stories, good stories. And I'm getting that a lot more from anime than I'm getting that from Hollywood. And it's because Japan, as of right now, still has more of a traditional mindset. Gay marriage is not legalized currently in Japan. They might be slipping into that. And guess what? I'll move on. People in droves in the US, if you look at kind of these geeks, these nerds, these people who used to like comics, who used to like Marvel, they're not getting what they want anymore. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Why did we need 2 Spanish-speaking lesbians on a random planet in a multi-dimensional universe? We didn't need that. People are tired of that. You hear the opposite, that people like that. That's not true. Hollywood is losing money over everything that is LGBTQ related because people do not like it. So people are going to leave, put their money where their mouth is, and go on to find not communist propaganda, not rainbow mafia propaganda. And a lot of people are getting that from anime right now, which is why you have seen a rise in people watching anime in the US. Hopefully, you guys will give it a chance. There's a few animes I like. I don't watch a ton, but I do prefer watching anime to Hollywood. Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, Spy Family. Like I said, if you want something with a little bit of darker tones, Cowboy Bebop, I really like. Naruto is a classic. It's very long, so I wouldn't suggest that as your first anime. Vinland Saga, it's a little bit violent and bloody, but it's cool. It's about Vikings. One Punch Man, if you like comedies. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, oh my goodness. Amazing storytelling. Amazing. There's some others. Hunter x Hunter, really good. So there's a lot of shows you can watch, and I like them. The animes I watch, at least, not a ton of cussing. They might be bloody, but Americans are used to that. There's zero homosexuality in the shows that I watch. There might be a gay character, but you would never know. Japan isn't the most homo-friendly. So, those are some shows I like. I will give Terminal List a chance. I like Chris Pratt. I'm glad and happy that he's an outspoken Christian. If I ever get Amazon Prime. All right. Moving on, I want to talk about what should I talk about first? A pet peeve of mine or my diet? I guess I could go right into my diet. Let's talk about my diet a bit. I am doing an animal-based diet. Currently, I eat a steak a day, which people find pretty outrageous. How can I afford a steak every single day? Here's how. I go to Kroger. They sell New York strips for roughly $5 each. And I buy it in bulk, and I freeze it, and then I defrost it the day before, and I eat a steak every single day. Part of my diet is milk. I drink lots of milk. If you want to hear more about the milk I drink, listen to the other day's podcast, the last podcast. Go listen to that. Lots of milk. I make my own kefir, which, if you don't know, is a cultured milk. It's a live culture that I have. It looks like kind of a grain of rice, kind of crunched up rice that sits in milk, and then it cultures it. Really good probiotic for you. So I do that. I do a lot of eggs. I do bacon. I do fruits, because animal-based is not strictly carnivore. It's animal-based is a lot of meats, mostly red meat, cow meat. And that's because cows have 4 stomachs as opposed to chickens having 1, which means they can process all their food better. And that's a good thing. You want the least processed food, so eat the cow who processed the most food. That's weird to think about. Honey's okay. Fruits are okay. I stay away from vegetables because I don't really care for vegetables, and I don't really see a point in eating too many vegetables. Last thing is ice cream. I'm not scared of ice cream. Full fat ice cream, really good. I get Haagen-Dazs every once in a while because it's cream, eggs, sugar. That's about it. They don't have a lot of added ingredients. If you just get strawberry or vanilla, it doesn't have any soy in it. So that's my diet. When I'm with friends, though, I will say this. When I'm with friends, I eat whatever they're eating because I don't want to be that guy who says, hey, I'm on a diet. Could you please not eat that? Nobody likes that guy. Don't be that guy. So, very quickly. Milk, beef, ground beef, steak, honey, ice cream, fruits, lots of bananas, strawberries, apples, bacon. That's about it. Now, here's why I do this. I don't have a disease. I don't need to cut down to strictly carnivore diet for any sort of disease or health reasons. I'm at a healthy weight. If anything, starting this diet, I've lost weight and maintained muscle, which has been awesome. But I'm not doing this for some kind of goal physically other than I do this for the simple fact that I am so skeptical of processed food. The FDA lets children eat Pop-Tarts, but I can't buy raw milk. That is wild. Go look at your Pop-Tarts. I know you have some in your closet, in your pantry. Go to your pantry right now. Grab your Pop-Tarts. Look at the long list of ingredients. Look at how much sugar is in it. Look at how many processed chemicals are in it. Additives. It is so bad for you. Cereals are terrible. Start looking into seed oils. I need you guys to start researching seed oils, and how bad those are for you, how they link to cancer, how they link to obesity, morbid obesity. The biggest things to stay away from are fake sugars, corn syrup, that sort of thing, and seed oils, canola oil, vegetable oil, soy oil. Stay away. I eat what I eat. I eat a steak a day. I drink milk. I eat fruits. I eat honey, bacon, eggs, lots of eggs. I do this because, quite frankly, I am very scared of what's in our food in America. Look at the people around you. The next time you go to Walmart or Sam's Club, any fast food restaurant, look around. People are obese, severely overweight. Is it because they're eating too much? Maybe. Maybe it is. But maybe it's because our food is poison in this country. I saw this picture. I don't have it pulled up for you guys. I'll try to put it in when I'm editing. I found this picture of a box of Lucky Charms in Mexico. I believe it was Mexico. And they blocked out the little leprechaun. They blocked out all the shining shapes of the marshmallows. They blocked it all out. And in big fat letters on big stickers on the cereal box, it says, "Careful, warning, tons of sugar, very bad for your health, fat." That's what Mexico's doing. A lot of our food, a lot of our fast food that flies here under the FDA is not legal in Europe. I've been to McDonald's in Europe. It was so much better than the McDonald's here in the United States. We are poisoning ourselves. We are eating the worst foods. We believe that Pop-Tarts are a healthy breakfast. We believe that cereal is a healthy breakfast. We believe that... look at a bag of chips. Oh my goodness, guys. Chips. Potatoes, nothing's really wrong with potatoes. But you fry them in seed oils and you cover them in salt and all these chemicals to get your flavored chips, and they are so bad for you. People don't understand. I guess people don't really notice, or maybe they've never seen it. A tablespoon of oil is about 100 calories. People think salads are healthy. The most popular salad, I'm just going to name it and claim it. I think, let's go Caesar salad. Caesar dressing, ranch dressing, so bad for you. It's sugar and oil. So many calories. You have a nice salad. I like salad. And you think you're eating healthy. And then what do you put in it? Breadcrumbs or the croutons. Dressing. Tons of dressing. And you're negating the whole purpose of eating a salad. Because it is so fatty. It's not good. And then people feel good about eating their salad, which they don't understand because of the ranch dressing, is actually, instead of 400 calories, 800 calories. So they feel good about themselves, so they say, I deserved it, I'm going to eat whatever. Maybe a dessert or something. I think a good thing to do, because I did it for almost a year, was count my calories. I did not have body dysmorphia, but I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, wow, I don't look good. I have a belly. I'm overweight. And I was only overweight by 10 pounds. Most people are overweight by... Most people are overweight by tens of pounds, 50 pounds. We're always so proud of people when they lose weight, but we're always shocked by how much they lost. 60 pounds, 50 pounds. It's incredible. Count your calories for a year and then stop counting your calories, because by then you'll know how to generally know how many calories are in foods. That was tough to say. So now I know, okay, I need to prioritize protein. Try to get 30 grams of protein every meal from meat, not a protein bar that is full of sugar. Careful with the protein bars. So I'm going to prioritize protein. And I'm going to look at that ranch dressing and say, wow, 2 tablespoons of this, 200 calories or more. Do I really need that much? And use it. Take some ranch dressing, but use less. Stay away from seed oils. Stay away from aggressive amounts of sugar. I looked at a bottle of limeade the other day. It was a Simply Limeade. It was made with real cane sugar, which I'm a fan of. I'm not a fan of corn syrup, fake sugars, but I'm a fan of real sugar, so I'm not scared of that. But 1 cup of this limeade had 55% of your daily dose of sugar. That's insane, because people, who drinks 1 cup in America? This is America, baby. We're drinking 64 ounces. Right now at 7-Eleven, you could get a big gulp for $2. 64 ounces. So I haven't had a soda in so long. I can't remember the last time I had a soda. It's because if I'm going to drink my calories, I'm going to drink something that is full of vitamins, full of vitamin D, calcium. And that's milk, whole milk. Whole milk has all the healthy fats I need. It has a great amount of protein, calories. And I prefer that over soda. If you don't like milk, I'm sorry that you're a loser. You're going to have to suck it up, drink some milk. And if you can't do that, you can drink water at least, right? That's my hot take when it comes to diet and nutrition these days. Like I said, my diet is not because I'm trying to reach a body goal, but it's because I'm so skeptical of the food industry, the processing plants, and the poison that Americans are eating. You got to get off it. It's time to learn how to count calories, how to prioritize protein, and stay away from poison. All right, moving on. A pet peeve of mine. And it's, man, I'm just bashing America tonight. First, I talk about how American Hollywood movies and TV shows are trash and I don't like them anymore, so I prefer Japanese anime. I talk about how American diet is trash and it's poison. And now I'm about to bash on Americans one more time. Maybe, next podcast episode is going to be a lot more uplifting for Americans. I'm going to... I hope that I bring a means to fix these problems. I hope I bring a means to do that. I hope I bring solutions, answers to our problems. That's what you get here on Point Blank. Because I am, again, the smartest and most handsome man in the world. Okay, Americans, please stop saying like as your filler word. Back in the day, myself, I, like everyone else, notice how I just said like. That was because I was using a simile. I like that. That's okay. I like them. That is okay. You don't need a timestamp right now that I said like. I, being similar in fashion to everyone else, used like as a filler word all the time. And I am so thankful, even though back then I was so pissed at my dad, because every time I said like, he said like. Here's an example. Hey, Dad, I was thinking if I could watch a TV show with you later. It's a show like It got annoying, but I learned. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect, even though I am. I still use like as a filler word sometimes, very rarely, but I try to be as cognitive as possible with my filler words. I try not to say I try not to say like. I try not to say, you know. Those are filler words. Something that might help you is to ask a friend to say like every time that you say like. It will be very annoying, but you will learn to think about what you're going to say with better, more fascinating and captivating vocabulary. What a blessed thing. It's such a nice thing to behold when I can talk to somebody and they don't have annoying filler words. It makes you sound dumb. It makes you sound similar in fashion to Cali girls and Cali guys, weed smokers, silly, stupid, and not smart people. You don't want to be like that. Don't timestamp that. But you do not want to be like that. Do not use like as a filler word, or I will punch you in the face. Get a friend to help you. One of the greatest helps as well, this might even be better, is instead of using a filler word, close your mouth. Just close your mouth after you finish a sentence, and then speak your next sentence. It's not that difficult. Close your mouth. It makes you sound more intelligent, more put together. And again, if you say like when you are talking to me, I am restraining myself from punching you in the face. Or, in a much nicer fashion, doing what my dad did to me and repeating every like that I said. Enough of that. Time to get to the comment section. I have some comments from the last podcast episode, and we are going to read them together. Let me pull them up here very quickly. Jack says, your video is right on. So much more enjoyable to catch up with someone when you haven't seen their social media. I'm a big proponent of intentional conversations, such as texting, calling, or the best of the three, in real life fellowship. So true, King. So true. It's way more satisfying, way more fulfilling. You can build a deeper bond, a deeper connection with people when you have genuine interest for their life because you don't know what's going on in their life. Such a great thing. This is from Siege. Seeing absolutely huge guys like C-Bum, Chris Bumstead, inspires me so much. It may make me feel like I'm below my potential, but I see that as a good thing because it pushes me to realize that potential. See, that's true. I was saying this last episode. Guys look at huge guys and they think, man, I need to hit the gym. Girls or women look at very attractive women and say, I could never do that. We need to burn her and crucify her and stomp on her ashes in grave and then pee on it. That's what they think. That is not good. Women have such low self-esteems, and social media is not helping them with that. Arguably, women have more to gain from leaving social media than men do. Just thinking out loud real quick, but men are visual creatures. So if you're flaunting your stuff, women, on social media, on Instagram, men are looking at that for as long as they want. Because no one's watching them. Look at you. Think about that. Then Siege goes on to say, you might not be a hater, but I am Kiefer freak. Okay. You know, I make these... I make this podcast. I take time out of my day to make this, and people make fun of my cultured milk So what? I leave milk outside the fridge with these little grains in it, and it cultures my milk and gives me probiotics. You will not be laughing someday when I punch you right in the face with my magnificent arms that are so strong, my bones full of calcium from the kefir that I'm drinking. You could spit in my face, but guess what? I would laugh it off because my immune system is so much stronger than you could ever be. So how dare you? This guy says, YouTube is media, right? These are the comments I can't stand. I really can't stand them because I had so much nuance when I was talking about how I'm off social media. There's no social media on my phone, but I'm still uploading YouTube videos. I specifically said I don't even have YouTube on my phone. I only have it on my desktop for creative means, creative purposes. And this guy says, YouTube is media, right? I replied, I literally said that. I literally said that. And he replied again saying, and you're on it, ... I explained this. Why are you so thick in the head that you cannot grasp the fact that on my phone, 0 social media. My one social media that is not blocked on my desktop is YouTube, if you can call it social media. If anything, it's more of a viewing media platform. Instagram, Twitter, on my PC, blocked. Can't access it. YouTube, I do need to access it so I can upload homophobic videos. All right, Louis Shamilton says, reformed bad boy, let's go. Thank you, sir. It means a lot, Being a reformed bad boy is very difficult in this day and age. And let's see. I think that'll do it for the comments that I have from YouTube. Let's go to the live comments. Are there any questions in the live chat before I close this out? You got 20 seconds or so as I ramble. We covered a lot today. We talked about why the West is falling into grotesque and disgusting media, TV shows, network specials, movies, diets. Our diet is trash. People are so stupid, they can't even speak properly with proper grammar. It's sad. So hopefully I brought some solutions to the table today, guys. But maybe not. Maybe we are just doomed. At least this nation is. I am post-millennial, so I do believe that things are going to get better. But for this nation, I don't see a bright future. I don't see a bright future. Out of the ashes of this country, we will rise. But that won't be for a while. Chris Cordasco says, do I use a filler word? Not sure. I need to talk to you more. And I will let you know if you can handle my brutal honesty, whether or not you use a filler word. Farming Country says, I grow canola. It's healthy. Well, I'm sure canola itself is healthy, but canola oil is not. Look into the studies. It is so bad for you. Cameron asks, the biblical stance on cussing in movies and how to evangelize. So like I said earlier, a lot of Western Hollywood films have a lot of cussing. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I can handle it. My parents are a lot less big fans of it, and if they hear one F word, they pretty much turn off the show or movie. I can handle it. I don't necessarily want to handle it. I'd rather be more pure in what I hear, but sometimes it's unavoidable. I like anime. From the shows I've watched, they don't cuss as much. If anything, they might say damn it, which that's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the F word. I rarely see the F word in animes. Usually that would be in a more R-rated anime, which I don't really watch as much. So, stance on cussing in movies, it's unavoidable in some circumstances. But again, that's going to be up to your own conviction. I think we should all be more convicted of it. I think we should stay away from it. Cussing is not a great thing. It's not a very holy and good thing. Bad words in and of themselves are not bad. They're just words. But the way we use them can be bad. So take with that what you will. And I think that's where I'm going to end it today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please hit that like button. If you're here on YouTube, please hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment for the next episode of Point and Blank. I want to thank my patrons. Thank you so much for financially supporting this channel. I'm very excited to let you guys know that with the money I have received from Patreon, I have a new camera lens coming, and it should look great. It's a new lens. It's a fixed focus. I don't really know all the technicals of it, but it's going to look good, and I'm very excited for that. And I'm happy to be receiving money and putting it right back into the show, and not just into my pockets for whatever, for, I don't know, ammunition. So thank you guys for watching. Again, thank you, patron supporters. Thank you so much for your constant support. I'm going to leave, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye.